Hello, court is in session. It's been a long summer, guys, a long summer, but we're here and we are ready to figure out what is going on in your lives, be able to let you know what I would rule that you need to do, okay, in your particular cases, okay? Let's run through the emails because you guys know I check the emails. Criminal defense. What happens when someone is removing their name or revoking a bond? Can you post another bond? This is from Houston, Texas. Sorry for the long lineage, but my daughter's father's girlfriend signed a bond. I'm gonna order you, ma'am, not to have your baby's daddy's girlfriend sign on your daughter's bond. Okay, and I'm gonna say that. I'm gonna finish reading, but I'm gonna say this. Okay. There are a lot of cases in courts right now that have to deal with the daughter not getting along with the father's girlfriend. Okay, I didn't say the father's wife, I said the father's girlfriend. And a lot of the times, you know how it goes. You know, people are fighting, they're vying for attention. So I would have stopped right there. She would have been signing no bond for my daughter trying to revoke a goddamn thing. Okay, but we're gonna move on. She says, my daughter was living with them, but moved back home from another city. Now the girlfriend and father are threatening to remove her name as a punishment for her deciding to move. That's why I told you I wouldn't have done it. I'm reading, if someone does want this, a warrant can be issued. Can a bond be transferred or posted prior to a person releasing it? She has a lawyer and finally a court date. Honey, people are not allowed to get off of bonds as punishment, okay? And what I would do if I were your daughter, what I would instruct you all to do is to let the court know that baby daddy girlfriend is trying to play you, okay? And let her know that your daughter has not done anything wrong against the law. She has abided by all of her bond conditions, and she is not a risk, and they just don't want to be on the bond anymore because she's not doing what they say. And so, with that being said, more than likely, they would have to remain on that bond. You know, that's not a condition of a person's bond that they do what you say. But they can say that you're not doing what you're supposed to do and you are a unreasonable risk. And they don't want to be on the bond anymore for that particular reason. So, if she has moved and she was not supposed to move, we might have an issue. So, I'm going to rule that number one, you shall not, will not, cannot, don't you ever put your baby daddy girlfriend on no bonds. We're not doing that because women are emotional. That's the first thing. That if the father can do the bond, if the father can't do the bond, you need to do the bond. She's better off alone doing the bond on her own and finding an auntie, cousin, sister, or uncle to do the bond before your baby daddy's girlfriend, okay? But I'm going to rule that no, they cannot just do that. It's not that easy. And if she feels like she's going to have any problems, she can also always write the court. Guys, people don't understand that the judges are here to assist you when there are issues with your bond. Now, I wouldn't go talking to a judge if you moved and you were not supposed to move. But if you are allowed to move and you move within, you know, the court's jurisdiction, or you are allowed to be outside of the jurisdiction of the court and you move to move somewhere else, and it's not against the condition of your bond, I'll let the judge know she's being messy and she's just trying to cause problems with me. And Lord, please don't let her do this. And judge, please make it a smooth transition if you all are going to allow it. And that's how I would handle that. But don't do that no more. Ma'am, I'm ordering you not to do that no more. Next case. Child custody. The father involved is caught on video drinking before visitations with our son. Is he in contempt? I have a temporary court order that states either parent cannot drink 12 hours before visits. The father is caught on video taking 3 shots during work. He works at a bar. Is he in contempt of court? I'm going to rule, yes, ma'am, he is. Because if he is doing this before 12 hours, if he's doing this within 12 hours before that visit, then yes, he is in contempt of court. And a temporary court order, you can move for an enforcement of a temporary court order, guys. Yes, he's in contempt. And honey, if he's taking 3 shots 12 hours before he goes and gets a child, I'm going to call into question his ability to be able to parent. Because at the end of the day, you know, we all are parents. And sometimes we need a little drink every now and then, because the children will get, children can do things to you, on your mental psyche, on the mental psyche side. We understand that, and just living life, in general, is a tough thing to do. But you will not be drinking before you're going to get a child, a minor. That is absolutely insidious and crazy. And who the heck is supposed to be driving the car? The kid. If the kid is not 16 years old with a solid driver's license, that parent is wrong. And ma'am, I would assume that if you have some sort of order that states that this parent is not supposed to be drinking, if there's been an issue with alcohol or drug use in your case, and you definitely want to bring that to the court's attention. Sir, why are you working in a boy with an alcohol addiction? I'm ordering him to rehab. Next case. This is a long one. How do I protect myself against a wife who's seemingly seeking divorce? I can answer that. You can't. Okay? But we'll go on through and I'll address everything. My wife and I have been married for 6 years. We both got laid off due to COVID a few months ago. My wife got a job 2 weeks ago, and after the first week was taken on a business trip for a week and with her and her new co-workers. During this trip, she tells me how the trip made her realize how much she loves me and can't wait to get home. She never comes home. She's staying at a hotel now and saying she needs space. I believe there's a love interest with her new boss, who is also married. She comes to the home a couple of times, once to steal the dogs and once to gather some things. Both times it ends up with us hugging and kissing and seemingly her coming home, but then she'll disappear. Yesterday I walked into the house with five people packing our stuff, furniture and all. I tell them to leave, and one pulls a gun out on me and I retreat. Later, I again tell him to leave. Sir, in your own home. Did you call the police? Let me finish reading. Oh my goodness. Later, again, I tell him to leave, and he pulls out the gun, loads around, and begins to storm up to me pointing a loaded gun. I call 911. Amen, sir. You call 911. The police show up, take my testimony, detain him. I want to press charges, but they don't arrest him because the others say I was the aggressor. Not the case. How do I pursue an arrest, and how do I protect myself? Baby, you leave that woman. I'm going to order you to let the tramp get her stuff and go. Okay? At the end of the day, sir, you can't make someone stay with you. And I agree with you. I think she's cheating around with somebody at work, obviously. And she's dumb, okay? Because you said that y'all got laid off a few months ago, and she just got a job 2 weeks ago. She doesn't know nobody well enough in 2 weeks to decide that makes her decide that she wants to leave you. So there's one or two things going on right now. Either she already wants to leave you and meeting someone else solidified it, or she is dumb as a doorknob and she's a floozy and she flaunts herself about. And is that a woman that you want? If her legs are open to somebody she's only known for 2 weeks, sir, you've been married to her for 6 years. First of all, I want you to think, how long did it take you to knock her down? Order. I want you to think of how long it took you to get between those legs and know that it took the next person half that time. So you need to pay attention to what you're laying down with, sir. It's COVID going on. It's a lot of other STDs and transmittable things that you can get, gonorrhea and the like, and you don't want any of that up on you. Okay, so let her do what she's going to do. I would also order you. I'm going to order you to get your behind a job so that you are able to hire a private investigator to follow her around. Because what you need to do is prove that she is cheating on you, sir. And if you are able to prove that she is cheating on you in this great state of Texas, you are able, because this is a community property state, to be able to get more than, you get an unequal distribution of the estate. So you can get more than half of what is owed, honey. Let her cheat and then beat her down in court, okay, with adultery. Okay, so don't move so fast, but let her go ahead and do what she wants to do. But I would be proving this adultery. Okay, so you need to get a job so that you can hire a private investigator, or you need to borrow some money from your parents, because you need to figure out what's going on with her. Okay, you need to see what you can do about getting some telephone. I don't know if y'all are on the same account, but you need to see text message, who she's calling. You need to look these things up, call these people, find out what is going on, get some answers. I'm ordering you to get some answers. And don't you allow 5 people to come in your house and do anything. Where in the world was your gun? Now, I don't know if you're a felon. If you're a felon, then okay, but sir, 5 people should not be in your house. Did you record these people? What is going on? How is she acting like she doesn't know you? These people that she doesn't know. Honey, let her go. Hire a private investigator. Move for an unequal distribution and pat yourself on the back for getting rid of a stinky, disgusting load. Because I don't know what woman would behave in that fashion. I hate to sound so crass, but sir, I know you're in love with her, but at the end of the day, you don't let anyone drag you through something that you don't deserve. And you don't deserve someone like that. And at the end of the day, she's giving you mixed signals. She's hugging and kissing you, telling you that she comes home, that she will come home, and then she disappears. Sir, I know you love her, but something is going on with her. She's either going through a midlife crisis or she's just going through a crisis in general. Let her get through what she's going through, but allow her to file that divorce, and you file it and get on with the get on. Okay? Next case, honey. And I'm going to also order you to counseling. I'm going to order you to counseling because I don't like the way this sounds. You sound very victimized here, and I want you to take control of your life and control of your heart, control of your emotions, and I need you to think and be able to think quick on your feet. And I know that emotions drive us, in certain ways, but I want to make sure that you're doing the right thing for yourself. So I'm also ordering you to get a job and get a life coach. Thank you. Next case. My parents are blaming me for hiding money from them, and I think I might go to jail. Is this true? Baby, you might. Okay, I'm ordering your parents to call the laws or to do something to your fanny for stealing from them. I don't know how old you are, but you old enough to write this. This is from Conroe, Texas. Let's read on. My parents think that I have money hidden from them. I really don't. And I'm afraid they might call the police on me. I told them I only had a little bit of money in my bank account, $30 or something, and change that added up to $3 and something. They think I have more money hidden that they don't know about, which is not true. My only source of income is them paying me for housework and cash tips from Grubhub, which I get tipped rarely. Every time they do this to me, I'm afraid I might get arrested. I'm 18 years old, by the way. Baby, first of all, you are writing me from Conroe, Texas, hailing from Montgomery County. You're spoiled, okay? And I can say that because I grew up in Cy Fair, and a lot of y'all out there are spoiled, okay? You really don't know a dollar. And right now, it looks as if you're a troubled child who is probably stealing from your parents, because I don't know why people would just assume that you stole something for any reason. That's the first thing. Second of all, baby, are you living rent-free and got a job at Grubhub? Or have you graduated? Because there's no punctuation in this sentence, and I know you children like to speak like RBQT and LOQ and LOFL and all of these things, but I'm going to need you all to learn how to write, and there's something called diction. DICT, whatever that spelled, diction. And at the end of the day, you got to use it, okay? I know I don't use the best English anytime I'm on this show, but guess what? That's by choice. It looks like yours is by force, okay? So I'm going to, first of all, order you back to English class. I don't know where the sentences begin and end. Second of all, there is no reason that you should only be getting tips from Grubhub, because I'm not a fool. So you're trying to lie to me, and I'm going to order you to stop lying to me, little baby, because there's no way that if you work for Grubhub, you're only getting tips. Stop and get off the gas. Stop the press. I'm going to order you to stop the press, because I don't know what idiot you think I am. I have my own children to see. I don't play with them, and I'm not going to play with you. Do you understand me? If you work for Grubhub, you got a job, honey, so you do get money. And so you get more than cash tips. You get what's called a paycheck. And why are they paying you for housework? Because you're living there rent-free. I'm going to order your parents to watch this, and I'm going to order them not to pay you a dime for no housework, because you're living rent-free. You're 18 years old. It's time for you to learn, okay? At the end of the day, ain't nobody paying you for no housework. Unless your parents are separated and you going to the other parent house to clean up the one that you normally don't live at or something like that to get some extra money. I don't think you need to be picked. Baby, where you lay your head, you're not getting paid to clean. That is a part of the free rent that comes along with it. You need to ask all the rest of the children that are 12 and up in other parts of the United States and the other parts of Texas. I understand in Montgomery County you guys don't do chores, but guess what? I'm ordering your parents to give you chores, and that means you don't get paid for them. Okay? And then I'm going to need you not to be on my email or in my email talking to me about your parents accusing you of something that you don't believe is true. If your parents are blaming you for hiding money from them, it's not the first time. No, they're not going to send you to jail, but they're going to send you to hell. Okay? And so what you need to do is get out on your own if you have to steal, or I'm going to order you to just kiss their behinds, because you're living rent free. Okay? You have a job, and they're not asking you for anything for that. So just calm down and just You need to repair. I'm ordering you also. You're going to get a life coach, kid. You need some therapy. You seem like a troubled child. And at the end of the day, I'm sorry, but no way, Jose. Our parents who love you going to blame things on you that don't make any sense for no reason. Okay? So I'm going to order you to try again. Okay? You try again. I don't believe this email. Thank you. Okay, your parents are right and you're wrong. Okay? So stop. Get your head out of your little entitled behind. Go to Grubhub. Either pay your parents some rent or stop stealing. I've had enough. Just with me reading this, I'm on your parents' side. They better not call me. Because, honey, I can give them all types of chores for you to do. Have you ever cleaned a baseboard with vinegar? Next case. Divorce and separation. Guys, let's roll. Informal and formal marriage, which date to use when filing for divorce. My husband and I were first married informally, then about a year later, formally married. I'm about to file for divorce in Harris County, Texas. Woohoo! Which date do I use when filing? It's informal. If informal, it's been 10 years. If formal, 9.5. Court is now in session. This is a great question. I love this question. Okay? At the end of the day, if you have an informal marriage and then you codify that by actually getting married, then only the date that you actually got married works. Okay? The only time that informal marriage dates are used is if you never get actually married, then you use your informal date. Okay? On the informal date, it has to be 3 years after you guys have been together, you've cohabitated, held yourself out as husband and wife, and so then you're kind of legally informally married. Okay? You can't codify an informal marriage or sanction a relationship with marriage and then try to use the informal date. It's just a legal impossibility. So yes, you're going to use the legal marriage date. Okay? So it's only been 9.5 years, but string it along a little bit more and it'll be 10. Next case. I'm going to move for a criminal defense question. Can I stay with my girlfriend while I'm on parole and she is on probation? A bad idea. Let me read it. I just had surgery and I'm going to have a second surgery and I need someone to help me. Okay. That was quick. Honey, where's your mom? Your brother? First, I need to call court into session. Where is your mom, your brother, your grandma, anybody else? Because here, guys, listen. It's almost like two people that are alcoholics getting together or two drug addicts. You're on parole and she's on probation. She's not supposed to be hanging around anybody with vicious and injurious habits or people that are of a bad lifestyle, and you're not either. So it kind of cancels each of you out. But I will say this. It's not against the law for you to be with someone who's, on parole or on probation if you're on parole or probation. But it's just a horrible idea. I would rather you move. I'm going to order you to try to find somewhere else to go. I'm going to really order you to take care of yourself. I know you're having a second surgery, but I need a little bit more background on how invasive this surgery is and why you need to move in with someone. It seems to me like you're just trying to move in with your girlfriend. You know she's on probation. She's kind of worried about it because of her papers, and you're worried about it because of your papers, and you're trying to use an excuse to live together. Boy, give it up. Next case. No, I'm just joking. But no, give it up. Because to me, there should be other things that you can do. You want to make sure that you successfully complete parole. You want to make sure that she successfully completes probation. I do not think that you're supposed to be living with her being on probation. I don't think the parole board will allow it. They're going to go through everything and check. Your parole has to be transferred and approved. And they just generally don't approve parolees residing in the house with someone that's on probation if that person is the main person there. So it's not like you're going to go live with your brother or with your mom and your brother and sister are there and one of them is on probation and you're on parole and your mom and dad are there. It's not the same thing. It seems like it's her house and then you're just going there. I don't think it'll be approved, but you can definitely try it. I don't want to say you will need to leave out the fact that she's on probation, but I don't think they ask you that in your paperwork. They will be able to probably find it out if they run the house, though, and they run everything properly, because they're going to run her name. When they run her name, they're going to see that she's on probation. So it's probably going to be a no-go. But see if you can find somewhere else to go, okay? Um, if not, what I can say is you can possibly get paperwork from the doctor that says that you are going to have, hands-on assistance, and you're going to have to get proof that you don't qualify for that hands-on assistant through Medicaid or some other form of health care, and take your shot. Okay? Well, guys, that pretty much wraps us up. We had a pretty long show today. I haven't seen you guys in a long time, so I want to make sure we had a good show. Y'all have a fantastic day. Make sure you add me on Instagram, she_ya_lawyer. I'm not responsible for what you see on that page. And add me on Facebook, guys. Okay, Allie Booker. Make sure you send me an email, booker@bookerlawfirm.com. I'm always here to answer your questions and help you out in any way that I can. Holla. Your favorite lawyer signing out. Court is now in recess.